I am Carlos.
And I am Sue.
Welcome
to our channel.
Please join us on our personal journey to financial freedom in retirement.
In this our second video, we start our journey with baby steps to financial freedom for our retirement.
Please follow our journey by subscribing to our channel and liking this video.
Thank you for joining us once more as we traverse the twisty and winding
and sometimes muddy and slick road
out of debt city towards our retirement utopia.
We ended our previous video with the realization that we were deep in debt at the beginning of our journey to retirement.
As we have said before, it is amazing how silently debt creeps up on one. Now that we knew how much debt we had to find a way forward.
We were clueless as to how to go about reducing our debt, otherwise I am sure we would never have found ourselves in this situation. How to go about it, what is the best option, what is the next step?
We once again pulled our trusty videos closer, to try and find the best and fastest way out of the mess we had created for ourselves. We spent a good amount of hours watching videos on financial freedom, living more frugal, budgeting, how to generate an extra income, etc.
We made mental notes, weighing up the various pros and cons of the videos we were watching. We chatted for hours about some of the advice given, and how it would fit into what we believed to be correct, how these suggestions were applicable to us, our environment, and our culture.
We discussed what would be viable. We then discarded otherwise sound ideas, because of our inability to implement them. I am amazed at how many financial advisors there are in video land. And some of them are really very good at what they preach. We would definitely recommend watching a broad spectrum of financial videos, before deciding on one or two advisors that suit your lifestyle, weighed up against what you want to achieve.
There are various versions of Dave Ramsey's baby steps concept, which resonated with us and makes financial sense, especially as there are so many videos of successful people who have used it. We found that we did not agree with everything which was presented, but the majority of the advice made sense to us, and we felt that this could be implemented.
Dave Ramsey's baby step concept consists of 7 steps. Baby step 1. Start an emergency fund of at least $1,000. Baby step 2. Pay off all your debt. Baby step 3. Save up 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income into an interest-bearing investment. Baby step 5. Save money towards a college fund for your children. Baby step 6. Pay off your home loan earlier, by making additional payments towards the mortgage. And baby step 7. Build wealth, and cultivate a culture of giving.
So, our first step on our journey was to start an emergency fund. We needed to do this, otherwise, we would talk about it and watch videos for the rest of our lives. We needed to go over to action.
We noted that they said, start with a recommended amount of $1,000, as fast as you can, as an emergency fund. This emergency fund will cover those unexpected life events, which you cannot plan for.
This is nowhere near enough money to sustain us, should one of us lose their job, or something equally catastrophic should happen. But, instead it is to have an emergency fund you can tap into when a true emergency arises during your debt payoff period, in baby step 2.
Having an emergency fund in place will prevent you from going deeper into debt if an unexpected emergency should pop up, as they do from time to time,
especially when you least expect them.
And just to clarify what an emergency is. No. A quick coffee is not classed as an emergency, even if it feels like it.
We realized the sole purpose of an emergency fund was to ensure that we did not lose focus when we hit a bump in the road, but that we had the necessary funds to smooth over those bumps and continue on our path to financial freedom.
But, with us living our well-deserved good life, we did not have the extra funds to put into our emergency fund. So, we had to look around for other ways to subsidize this fund. And that is when our eyes settled on all the little rewards lying around our house. Tried, tested, and then set aside, waiting for the next, well-deserved reward. These rewards were quickly collected, dusted off, photographed, and then advertised for sale. To join another family's pile of little rewards.
It was hard at first. You have to decide to let something go that you bought for yourself. Something you felt you needed enough that you actually went out and bought it. And then when you sell it, you never get the price you want for these items. We came to realize that the second-hand market was not very lucrative, and, in fact, we could have bought a lot of these items for a fraction of the original price, if we had only shopped around in the first place.
However, slowly but surely, the items were being sold, and our tiny little nest egg was being built with thin scraggly twigs. All these loose twigs, put together in a neat little pile, slowly started accumulating, and in so doing, we became motivated and more focused. We would then dig deeper in the bowels of our cupboards, just to unearth another gem which we had forgotten about, or that we didn't even know we had in the first place.
Just an aside. You really do not need a bread maker in order to bake bread. Before our financial journey began, Sue had been looking at prices for bread makers, as she felt we should bake our own bread. So much tastier than shop bread. And it would be cheaper.
See? I told you I have always thought about our debt.
However, once she had bought the bread maker, she only used it a couple of times. And then it sat on the shelf, gathering dust. Making bread the old-fashioned way is actually better. And very therapeutic. Something that we thought was going to change our lives and which would make us happier, healthier, and wealthier, ended up lost and alone on a shelf, in a dark cupboard. That, my friends, is the story of a lot of our must-have items.
Anyways, long story short, we now have an emergency fund. With the current exchange rate considered, we have 16,000 to 17,000 rand stashed away. This equates to approximately $1,000 as per baby step number 1.
We feel debt-free already. Just knowing that tucked away, in various places, is real money, for a real emergency.
We almost feel like celebrating by buying something. Now, onto the actual debt repayment.
Be sure to join us next week, as we continue our journey to a debt-free retirement.
Please, join us next week on the next step of our journey to financial freedom.
Thank you for watching, and sharing our pain.
And our eventual victory. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and to click on the like button. Chat later. Goodbye.